how Juventus will set up without the suspended Kenan Yildiz. Let's talk some Juventus. I feel like the beginning of the week, everybody's occupied. Europa League, the Champions League. Let's go back to club football. Juventus, Kenan Yildiz sent off on the weekend. Listen, it's been confirmed he will be missing Bologna. He will be missing Lazio. Two Champions League finals for Juventus, in my opinion. This is going to sound so crazy, okay? And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. Juventus have got the opportunity in their hands to do something crazy, bro. I watch a lot of movies, okay? There's a player. I'm not going to say who it is. I'll save it for later. Kenan Yildiz is suspended, okay? Now, later on, I will go down as to how Igor Tudor should set up Juventus for the game against Bologna. That is going to be a massive game, okay? Let's calm down, okay? But Juventus have got the opportunity to do something crazy, okay? Let me break it down. Take it step by step. You love Serie A, you love Juventus, you love the content. Please smash a like, hit the subscribe button. I love to hear what you guys have to say in the comments. But what can Juventus do? Now look, Juventus, in their squad, they've got a player, in my opinion, that can, one, play in that roaming number 10 position in the 3-4-2-1 under Igor Tudor. They've got a player that can do it, okay? Because he's a player that's physically gifted, technically gifted, but most importantly, this is a player that, as of the present time, okay? I'm saying, bro, this is a master plan. As of the present time, let's just say he's a wounded animal, okay? Let's just say he's hurt. He's broken. He's shattered. And he's not really reacting well to the criticism. He's not really reacting well to the doubts from the fan base. I don't know, the coach, the previous coach, his teammates. Guys, he's just gone through a breakup. Like I said, I'm not even trying to be disrespectful. He's just gone through a breakup. If I was the coach, Habib Elbi, if I was the coach, I'm capitalizing on this, bro. Listen, you see this season. Yeah, you see this season. I'm not gonna lie. There's no way I'm gonna calm down. I'm just too excited. You see this season, we've always sat down and said no grinta, no fight, no mentality, no personality, no charisma, no character. Like, who wants to step up when the game is 0-0 and say, I want to take control. I want to make the moment mine. This is my opportunity. And we always say the players that tend to do this are the players that are full of charisma, full of character, full of personality. I'm looking at it, and so many times this season I've said, the players, they don't have that fire in their belly. They don't. They're comfortable. They don't care what the outcome is. There's a player at Juventus, heartbroken. He's not reacting well on social media. I'll start him next game. The player is Douglas Luiz. Now, I know everybody knew since the beginning, yeah. Douglas Luiz, I can't remember what the post was, but let's just say there was a back and forth between him and a fan on social media. And let's just say he decided to read him a bedtime story in the comments. He was telling him, listen, I've come to Juventus, and I haven't even played 2 games in a row. Facts. Okay? You think Juventus would sign me if I wasn't a good player? I've had injuries that I've never ever experienced before, and I've never ever had injuries of this length. Now, we all know, like Douglas Luiz at Aston Villa, 5 years, he only missed 6 games because of injury. He's already missed over 25 at Juventus. In my opinion, that's a slight little dig. That's a little indirected message, a little cryptic message towards J Medical. I don't think he's a fan of how the medical department operates in Turin at Juventus. I think he feels like, listen, as a pro, as a footballer, when it comes to the sports science, the nutrition, I feel like he feels like the Juventus medical department have not helped him up. If anything, they haven't helped his recovery from injury. If anything, they've made it worse. They've made it slower. They've made it longer. Maybe they've struggled to diagnose what's really wrong with him. I think that was a dig at the Juventus medical department. But anyways, this is a guy now that is under so much criticism, and he's talking a big talk. I would put him in the starting 11. I would turn around and be like, listen, I saw what you had to say. Okay? I saw what you had to say. Oh, I was a Premier League midfielder, and I got double-digit goals and assists. I was a player that, let's be real, if Douglas Luiz was to leave in the summer, all of the Champions League teams in the Premier League are looking to sign him, and that tells you he is a good, talented player. We've questioned his mentality, we've questioned his hunger, we've questioned his commitment, but you can clearly see now it's got into his head. It's got into his head, and he's probably thinking, I need to shut everybody up, okay? In the most polite of ways. I need to you calling me out. Shut your mouth. Yeah, now listen, can't tell me to shut my mouth. You better go perform. Yeah, go perform on the pitch, Arbano. Go perform. Listen, how would I set up this Juventus team without Kenan Yildiz? I'll be real with you guys. Like, I watched him at Aston Villa. I think he could do 6. As well as this may sound, I think he could do 6, 8, 10. Like, when Juventus signed Douglas Luiz, I was like, this is a big boy signing. He can do it. Like, the Premier League is so much more intense, so much more physical, so much more demanding than the Serie A, because it's like an athlete's league. It's just end to end. It's like rock and roll football. This dude excelled over there. Fair enough, the Serie A, it's a bit more tactical. You're required to use your brain. That might take him a whole year to adapt and acclimatize to. But in Igor Tudor's 3-4-2-1, give him that roaming position in and around Kolo Muani. And the reason why I think it will work perfectly is because Dusan Vlahovic, I don't expect him to be fully fit for Bologna, let alone start. Okay, Kenan Yildiz is suspended. It will most likely be Kolo Muani in the 9, Nico Gonzalez as the other number 10. Nico Gonzalez likes to run in behind. A ball carrier, somebody that will stretch the pitch. Kolo Muani, the exact same thing. Both of them, when they do drop deep to receive the ball, they don't really have the strength. They can't really play with their back to goal, connect the dots. Douglas Luiz, in my opinion, is technically more gifted than both of them. So I'm now looking at it from a variety standpoint. Yeah, I'm thinking Nico Gonzalez, he can run, he can stretch the pitch, he's got an eye for goal. Kolo Muani, he can run, he can stretch the pitch, he's got an eye for goal. Douglas Luiz is more of a creator. He's more of a playmaker. Fair enough. Like, has he earned the opportunity to start? In my opinion, no. Like, he showed he's unreliable whenever he's come onto the pitch. He hasn't really performed. But I'm just looking at it and telling myself, this is a dude now that's motivated, that's hungry. Is he motivated and hungry because of his performances on the pitch? No. He's clearly motivated and hungry from factors outside of the pitch. So external factors. So why don't you use those external factors to your advantage? I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I probably just watch too many movies. I would turn around and be like, it ain't working out for you. They're hating on you. They're doubting you. They're questioning you. What are you going to do about it? Are you just going to sit back and accept it? You're starting against Bologna. If you want to silence everybody, don't go do it against Udinese, against Lecce, against Cagliari. No, you want to shut everybody up, you go do it against Bologna in basically like the baby version of the Champions League final. Because basically, in my opinion, whoever wins that game gets Champions League football. Let's see if you can turn up. If he doesn't, he's gone. Masalama, he's gone. But if he does, it's the best way to silence everybody. That's how I would set up Juventus. Like, the offensive players, okay? Because Kenan Yildiz is suspended, okay? And I said it in my review. Somebody is now going to have to step up. Somebody has to. If they don't, collectively, then as much as I've banged on Juventus have a mentality problem, it will just cement the idea in my head. Somebody has to step up. Somebody has to look at themselves in the mirror before the game against Bologna and tell themselves, this is a game-changing game. This is a game that can... Like, this is a game that will set the tone of next season. Whether Juventus are in the Champions League, which means they get the extra money, they can invest, they can attract players because of the pool of Champions League football. Or will Juventus be a Europa League playing on a Thursdays in a competition that they don't truly belong in? Like, this game will set the tone of next season. And you need players of a strong personality, players that can handle the pressure to go to Bologna and get the job done. And for me, I'm looking at it and I'm telling myself, some of them confidence might be down. Some of them are thinking, I'm leaving in the summer, so I don't really care about Champions League football. I'm going back to Portugal. I'm going back to France. I'm looking at Douglas Luiz and I'm telling myself, you were signed permanently. You weren't brought on loan. You're unhappy for whatever reason. And we're unhappy with you. The opportunity has come in a very sensitive, in a very delicate, in the business end of the season. And this is a game that Juventus must win. Seeing as you're talking the big boy talk on social media, go do a big boy performance on the pitch. That's what I would do. But in my opinion, it will be very interesting to see who Igor Tudor goes instead of Kenan Yildiz. I'm just hoping it's him. I'll be honest with you guys. Because I feel like there's grit in between his teeth. I feel like he's ready to put on a statement. Like, if he scores, he's going to do a ridiculous celebration and turn around and look at everybody and say, you doubted me. Me. Anyways, I'm too excited. I need to go calm down. Listen, if you're new, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to hit the like button. And I will definitely catch you guys on the review for that game.